Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Hari-bo, Hari-bo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Hari-bo, Hari-bo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Hari-bo, Hari-bo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you had to do is take to the sweet chanting Hari-bo, Hari-bo. Every day the sun will rise, every day the sun will set. Hari-bo,
Haribo.
what's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Hari-bo, Hari-bo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Hari-bo, Hari-bo.
Caitanya. All right. Oh, we got more people coming. All right. We got a full house today. All right. So it's great. You had some nice dialogues with Balaram. And sharpen your tools. You remember the time when Gorhari was a Christian? You remember those days? What about that?
I'm glad you did, Guru Maharaj.
All right, so let's chant Hare Krishna and Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Ah, Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh, that's a wrong beat here. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga 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 Nityananda 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 Gauranga Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, oh my Lord Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, ah, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, ah, ah, ah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Oh my Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare. Whoa, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Nityananda 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 Oh my Lord Nityananda 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 Gora Chandra, 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 Goranga, 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 Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Goranga, Goranga, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra. Goranga, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Go Ranga, go Ranga, go Ranga, go Ranga. Go Ranga, go Ranga, go Ranga, go Ranga. Ah, ah. Go Ranga, go Ranga, go Ranga, go Ranga, go Ranga, go Ranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, my Lord, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranga, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna. Oh, what mercy! Oh, what mercy! Oh, Lord, you're so merciful. So, uh, go, Ranga, go, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Mm. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Mm. Oh, wow. Phew, this is so fantastic, man. Wow. Yeah, just, that poem of Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur just sums it all up, man. I'm going to read that again. I just want to hear that again and again. I'm going to read that. I want to hear about the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Yes, the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Yes. Oh, my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up? And when will the hairs of my body stand on end in recitation of your name? Isn't that what the Vaishnavas, if they, I have the feeling that most of them aren't choking up and crying and tears appearing in their eyes. Now they're the ones who should be praying like that, right? What is it? We just start chanting and that verse becomes manifest. I mean, not it just happens, the fulfillment of that verse, that call. That's why, Balaram, is teaching like his Vaidhi thing, but he should be like thinking like, hey man, the bottom line is there's the verse that's in the Chaitanya Lila, and are you like that? Are you at the stage where the tears are pouring out of your eyes? Or are you at the stage of longing for that? Or are you at the stage of not even longing at that? Can you see? That's when go onto the Vaidhi pile. Go follow your rules and regulations because you're not even at the stage of longing for that. That's where Vaishnavism is at this point. They're not even longing. Oh, when will tears in my? Oh, well, that doesn't matter. My gurus aren't showing that. That's not an issue, right? Isn't it not an issue, right? You went to Namahata, right there, River. That wasn't an issue over there. Oh no, no, no tears. We're not looking for when will tears. No, no. The Hare Krishna movement is something else. It's something altogether different than what was actually originally preached. Oh no, it's not for longing for, oh, when will my voice choke up? When will everything you see here happen? you know, it's not even about that. Krishna consciousness is about something else. Here we're worshiping the deity that originated there, and nobody knows who that deity is or what he is or what is the desire of that deity. Even though the Lord Himself is saying, well, when will my voice choke up? When will tears? He's saying, hey man, when are you guys going to get with the real program? And Gohari says the same thing. When are you guys going to get with the real program? Can't you see it's all right here? Hey, the devotees are choking up, man. The tears are pouring out of their eyes, man. And you're not even, God, that should be really humbling. You talk, that's what I want to see. What is this feigned humility of Radhanaths and like this? No, no, humility is like that. Are you asking for that? If you are, why wouldn't the Lord lead you here? Huh? Why wouldn't the Lord lead any of these? I think they're just putting on a big show, Lalita. I'm not. I think that's all. It's just a big show. They don't even understand the heart of Krishna consciousness. Is that verse right there? Oh, when will my voice choke up? When will tear? Do you see that going on here? Well, that's the fructification of that verse. This is the place where every devotee should make a beeline. If you're a real devotee, if you're really worshiping Krishna, otherwise you're putting on a show. You're just bullshitting yourself. What is Varna Ashram Dharma is the goal of life? No, that verse is the goal of life. Oh man, this is why Prabhupada came to me and said, "Hey man, now you just finished the job, man. Yeah, get some progressive devotees, put them into the front of the line instead of them sitting in the back of the bus, man."
There's something more of Lord Chaitanya.
Yeah, the mercy is here. I mean, I'm just amazed at it. Just like the mercy's here, and we can chant the holy name in ecstasy and not having to be, I don't have to be any big sannyasi. I don't need any big stick to preach. I don't need any big PhD from some mundane college to preach to intelligent people. Just give me a really intelligent person is somebody who gets the mercy of the Lord to come here and listen. Now, otherwise, you're not intelligent. You gurus are nothing, man. I show you like the poem. That poem is when you have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, you poo-poo the demigods. What are they, man? What are these gurus, man? Sitting on their high seats. We got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Can you feel it? Anybody here? Or am I the only lone guy here feeling that mercy? Extraordinary mercy. They can poo-poo Radhanath. What are you, Radhanath, or any of you, you big Gaudiya Samiti guys? What, this mini lifetime preaching to get prema? Hey, we got it now. Snap the finger, man. What are you doing? You're sitting on your butts, wasting your time with many lifetime preaching or Varn Ashram. Go to Balaram, man. Hang out with him, the dry guy. Hey, it comes on to how dare he comes over dare to try to test our our friends here. You see, we got Wonder Women here. They just went in, bang, just all over him, man.
I'm used to it.
You come in our territory, you're gonna get whacked. No, it's good. He tested you guys. I like Balaram. A little dry, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, I mean that's the bottom line. It's like, hey man, when are we going to get with the real Krishna conscious program? Now the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is in force here, and the more people come here, they'll be like the fannies. They're going to get the energy, they're going to get the feeling, they'll be liberated souls like this, just because that's in force again after 550 years ago, on the order of Prabhupada. It's not like I'm going against the Prabhupada gave me that order. You know, bring just revive the truth. I mean, that's all Jesus did. Revive the Bible. The essence of the Bible was the good news, the inner message, the confidential message to be preached. The Pharisees couldn't preach it. It wasn't revealed to them. It was revealed to Jesus. The same thing with Prabhupada. He's basically saying, now reveal this message. I set the foundation. Bhakti Siddhanta. Now reveal the essence of what Krishna consciousness is about. It's in these verses. Otherwise, Bhakti Vinod himself said, after the disciplic successions come down, they get polluted, they get contaminated, and they're contaminated with these other kinds of preachings. Uh, our disciplic line originated with the mercy of Lord Chaitanya being distributed freely, love of Krishna giving freely, prema freely. without charge. And if you had contaminations, you just hang out with the devotees and it clears very quickly. You know? Uh, yeah, and so the whole thing is just faith in this preaching. That's it. I mean, that's the mercy is so close for everybody. The same thing as like for Karuna, when he gets just faith in this preaching, instantly it'll change. It's just the faithlessness. It's like a conflict. Part of him is faithful, part of him is not. See, so the doubting, back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, that'll Krishna will win. He always wins. He won over Thomas the doubter, right? And he became a fantastic preacher, very dedicated, very clear. When your eye is single, your whole body is full of energy and life and light and bliss and bhakti and everything. Protection, God's protection. See, it's just double mindedness that causes the problem. That's what Maya does. She splits and conquers, divides and conquers, right? Starts inside you. See, she divides you. Then you can't have faith in the truth. People are lying to you, believe in this liar and that liar and that liar, right? All the way up into religion, the lies of religion, the religious leaders. You know, you believe in people that say, "Oh yeah, I represent Krishna," but they don't. Representing Krishna now in the highest truth, which being preached is Satchidananda Krishna, which is represented by his devotees who have love of Krishna has fructified in them. No one else can represent that. Nobody sitting on some high seat that doesn't have love of Krishna, they don't represent it. There's double mindedness, isn't there? That's this is I'm here to attack the last snare that's keeping people out of the kingdom of God. You cannot worship in hypocrisy. That was Jesus's beef with the Pharisees. You do not represent the true Lord. Jesus did. Okay? Prabhupada represented but didn't give the full representation. He left that work for us. Because just by the fact, he said on his deathbed, somebody mentioned on his deathbed, he said, "I'm here, you preach Varnashram Dharma." Well, that ain't what Lord Caitanya came here. He came here for that verse. Oh, when will tears come to my eyes, you fools? When are you going to be thinking like that? Yeah. When will I choke up when I chant the holy name of God? There's life. Perfect. What a perfect thing. Devotees are already doing that here. Many of them. And people, they don't even invite us for a class in these places. That's illusion, man. These ISKCONs and all of them, every one of these groups are in illusion still. This is the truth. Straight up. Hey, you don't pass this test, you don't get into the merciful kingdom of Lord Chaitanya. This is a very easy thing. But people are so friggin' puffed up with their illusion. At least I'm proud of the truth, man. I'm proud of the mercy of the Lord. You're going to have some pride. You should be proud of being a representative of the mercy of the Lord, uncompromising. Knock these little guys off their thrones. Yeah, the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is supreme. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya is the dominant force over everything now. Any preaching anything else is illusion that needs to go, needs to decrease, and it'll be eliminated. Now, just the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is free. Why not? It's here, man. We're the policemen for it. We're the police. Mm. See if we got anything. I mean, isn't it amazing? We just come here and chant Hare Krishna and go into ecstasy, man. Read these, pastimes. I mean, what else? You know, that's that's what they were doing 550 years ago. This we're doing the role model of what's supposed to be now. Hey, if it wasn't supposed to be, it wouldn't happen. We wouldn't be able to do this. We wouldn't be able to chant like this. Everything else is a useless path. Now's the time for Bodhinanta's preaching, man. Oh, why are you following useless paths? The mercy of Lord Caitanya is here. Why are you worshiping these different incarnations, even? The mercy of Lord Chaitanya, but worship this incarnation. Why are you worshiping Kapila Dev? What, do you want to sit in the cold water like he had his mother do to attain bhakti? Or do you want to worship Lord Chaitanya and get bhakti like that because you believe in his representatives preaching that mercy? That's all you got to do is believe in his preaching. You come here 30 days, and if you really want Krishna, you'll be convinced. There is these arguments are ironclad. The only thing that could keep you from it is your desire for something else. You're being blinded by something else that you really want more than this. That's why we get the choice ones here. The ones, simple people who, yeah, they want mercy, they want freedom, they want real protection, and they can feel it. Krishna leads them here. Now don't get too drunk there, Lalita. I want you to last the whole class here. It's just too much authority here, isn't it? Too authoritative. No wonder they piss people off, man. They say, who is he to say all these things? Well, I'll tell you. I'm proud of the mercy of Lord Caitanya. It is the most fantastic thing in the world. He's the latest avatar. Everybody should be worshiping him. Why? He's so much grace, so much freedom, so much spiritual happiness. Breaks the bonds of birth and death like this, and people are trying in all these different ways to get into the God's kingdom. It's so hard for them to do it. Even people with Jesus have a harder time than people going to Lord Chaitanya, and that's nothing bad. It's just that what it is. Lord Chaitanya is he's God, man. He came here himself. Why shouldn't we all recognize? Why shouldn't a Christian recognize him? He's the Lord. He came, to give special gifts to the world. It's just like what Jesus comes, and you guys, you Christians would, if you would say you're back then, you say, well, no, we don't care about Jesus, the latest incarnation of God's mercy, right? No, we're going to sit with the Moses teaching. The Lord sends his representative, and the Lord came himself personally in this special Kali Yuga. It's so special. Everybody should know about him. Why should they miss out on this amazing Kali Yuga where you can get real freedom and real protection, God's protection. God can awaken and live inside you and through you and liberate other souls too from illusion forever. Why? He very easily gives that. And Gohari Das is the proof. Look, fool number one. But not so foolish not to grab the mercy. We may be fools, but not that foolish. Those are the real fools. They're the ones you say, you're just a fool. No, we're advanced devotees. We're gurus. We're followers of these illustrious gurus sitting on these high thrones that can't do anything for you, really, not much. What can they do spiritually? What did you get spiritually? I just ask a question. What did Radhanath give any of you guys spiritually? What can you say that you know? Just tell me your realization of spirit. What is the spiritual thing? Any of you, just give me a follower, one of your followers that represents you. And all of you, Jaipatakas and any of it, even what's it, Prem Parojanas or any of the God, you just some follower of some guru out there. Tell me what you got from them spiritually. What is spirit to you? Tell me something more than a bunch of rules that I see every one of you following and having that is the path, even though you're Raganuga, some of you. Raganuga, Radhe Radhe. Where are the friggin' tears? Where's the choking up? Where's the fructification of that verse? That's what I want to see from a real guru. I could point out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people here that are the fructification of that verse. How many can you show? Oh, Go, are you just trying to be better? I'm not trying. We are, unless you can prove differently, right, River? Don't say I'm not trying. I'm not trying to do anything. I just speaking about what is. You show us better. Otherwise, this is the truth. Now, I'm not trying to be better. We are better unless you can prove otherwise. Isn't wouldn't it, if we have a standard, right? A gold standard of Krishna consciousness, and that verse I think is the gold standard, right? Oh, when will tears pour from my eyes, and when will I choke up, right? And when will I shiver? Okay. Now, if you see the fructification of that verse, that should be the standard, right? So you show us some standard that Radhanath is qualified to sit on that seat, and Jaipataka and all of those gurus going. You show us somebody that is awakened, ecstatic devotion like that in anybody of your disciples, and then we could say you qualified to sit up there. Otherwise, you don't have the gold. We have the gold standard here. See? And why do you I want to be better than them? No, this is better. That mercy is better and people can get free instead of wasting their time all their lives and dying without this ecstatic devotion that we already have. We already got it. And that means you can distribute it. Oh, Madhavendra, you have ecstatic devotion. And because of your ecstatic devotion, I'm going to appear in the world and deliver them like he's doing here. Does that make sense, Tom? These things? It's amazing. I mean, that's why I come here every day. I mean, I had no idea. I read that verse and I just like, yeah, that's what it's all about. And, unless I speak it or anybody speaks it, nobody will understand that's where the goal of life is. They just go around speaking other things in the world, and that becomes a narrative for the world. And people, oh yeah, Varnashram Dharma, like Balaram. Yeah, Varna Prabhupada, Varna, they keep going that. And Varnashram Dharma is the reality for people again and again and again until somebody speaks something different about God, like Jesus did, and like Lord Caitanya did, and like Gohar is now. I'm just reviving what was said before. I can't say anything more fantastic than the teachings of Lord Caitanya and the gift he came to give. We just revive that. He already came and did the best. Now we're just here to be his helpers, to distribute that mercy. Why? Because we can, because it's in us and it's a fact. So listen up there, Karuna. It's a fact. Where's that Varnashram proponent who wants to defeat this? I'm ready. I'm ready. Do battle with a Vaidhi Bhakta. He can bring his verses on. We'll bring ours here. We'll bring Prabodhananda's preaching to the guy. Hmm. Yeah. So here, it's so funny. I mean, this is the goal of life. Oh Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your lovely name, your holy name? Can you imagine? We have people in the Sangha, not only the Guru, but people in the Sangha constantly. They chant Hare Krishna and tears of love flow from their eyes. They read the verses and tears of love flow from their eyes. See, this is why these are the teachings I go over and over again because people like Balaram, they don't get it. They have to hear it. They're like donkeys, just stubborn and dumb from the Maya. So they got to hear it repeated. So repeat it again. Yes, it is correct. Lord Caitanya from his own lotus mouth said, yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual master. And I say to you, gurus up there on your thrones, if you don't awaken devotion to Krishna, you are certainly not the spiritual master now. We got better. Okay? We do that job. If you don't do it, then let us have one throne. If you do it, then we'll have two or three or four. But if you don't do that, this is where it's happening. This is where the action is. This is where transcendental enlightenment is. This is where the mercy of Lord Caitanya is. It is here, not somewhere else, not in a many lifetime preaching, not in preaching the rules and regulations in the name of mighty Raganuga Bhakti and putting all those burdens on people, but no Raganuga, no rasa, no tears, no choking. So come here, let me choke you a little bit. Yeah, I'll get you choking up. Come here, Balaram. Maybe we need to prime the pump here. We'll get our little hands around. Come on, choke up when you chant Hare Krishna, Balaram. You can do it. Oh, hey, I think we're getting something there. Make sure he watches this one.
Didn't you try that in Mayapur with Govinda Ranga? Don't you remember?
He
Balaram
did.
on the bed and you were all trying to give him prem?
Oh, really? I don't remember that. Probably didn't work. He's still committed to the old program. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to say, well, Prabhupada gave praying, Prabhupada gave, but where's the praying? Where's your praying? See, Prabhupada, yeah, he gave what he gave. Where's the praying? The praying is here because we're here giving it. Because it shows you need a living devotee giving the message of prema, the prema message. Their word, it makes that reality. You believe in this word that's inspired word of God. Isn't that what the scripture is supposed to be? I'm preaching the scriptures, the inspired words of Lord Caitanya, which is give them praying, man. Even my spiritual master Prabhupada said, give them praying. So if you're not doing that,
Where are the symptoms?
yeah, where see this is the thing. Well, Prabhupada did that, but where are you? You first person charity begins at home. Where's your praying? I'm not a. You haven't even impressed your wife that you got praying. Does he have prema bhakti? Then why is his message is not? It's not even logical, Balaram. Your mind is not right. Really, you're not thinking logically. Prabhupada gave prem, but you don't even have the prem. Well, we're giving prem because we got the prem, and that's logical. If you got a loaf of bread of this, say like prema bhakti bread, and you're eating that prema bhakti bread, and you distribute, and people say, "Yeah, well, we're really eating that too through you, because we're getting it from you." Doesn't that show you that this is the right path? I mean, that's what the scriptures say by the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat. This love of this prema is given to others. I mean, the book says that. Why aren't you reading the book properly? Or anybody else like you? And there are a lot like you. A lot of gurus like you, a lot of Ritviks like you, a lot of living dead gurus like you that don't have the life like you see here, the choking up, the ecstasy, and the no nonsense, uncompromising truth.
They cannot read it properly. It's not possible because they don't have frame.
I think you need to come here and get brainwashed. Let us wash your brain, man. It needs it. Let us bring you into the bhakti cult, the real one. See, the spiritual representation of the bhakti cult is wonderful. You come into this cult, oh yeah, you'll never come out, and you'll never want to come out. It is so fantastic, man. I'm in the bhakti cult. I'm brainwashed. I love it, man. I come here to get brainwashed every day. Wash my brain, Lord. No problem. I trust you now. It's much better than the life I'm looking at out there. I don't want to be brainwashed by Bidens and Bill Gateses and all that and these gurus. I don't want their brainwashing either. You guys can go, sit on your thrones and jack them up as high as you want, but I ain't going there. I come here, man, and the Lord Caitanya is here. Radha and Krishna are here. Prabhupada is here. All of them are here. I just open my mouth and call them, and they come. You guys have got the power too, many of you. You call them, and they come. Woof. This is the best thing going in the world. It's about time the world figures it out. We have to help you a little bit. Yes, we're overly assured of ourselves because we're assured of the self is here. The real self is the Lord, and we're his sons in the world, shining his brightness, his truth, his conclusive truth. See, conclusive concubine, so we can be his concubines, part of his harem. Yeah, but you got to be conclusive, right? Isn't it interesting? Concubine, conclusive, communal, commune. All these words have such a relationship. They're all mean about Krishna, right? That's what Lord Chaitanya said. It says every word is about Krishna, man.
Always go together. Come together.
Always go
Go.
together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Conclusive, concubine, communing, communal, communication. Who makes these words? I mean, people think, oh, well, we made these words. No, no. It's the Lord doing all these things. He's the supreme genius behind everything. It's amazing, actually. Yeah. Yesterday, I was giving a hand massage to a lady, and oh my God, I started chanting spontaneously. Wow. Yeah, that's how it is. It's amazing. Is that the reason Tom does not shave his beard anymore and his hair? We'll let him answer for himself. Balaram needs someone to step his last. Oh, we got a lot of comments. Must be a good class. When I get a lot of promise, it gets a lot of. You get like realizations, right? Revelations, and it's like gets the mind like, whoa, wow, yeah, God, yeah, that's what it's about. Ooh, I'm realizing all these things. Wee, woo, me too. I love this brainwashing. It frees me from the material prison. Yeah, it's great, man. We'll all be brainwashed together, even the guru. Isn't that nice? Guru goes for the brainwashing too. We all get brainwashed. We're all into it. Why not? Let's trust the brainwashing, man. I mean, I just come here, show up, and it's just all comes, you know.
It's a cleaning of the temple.
Cleaning the Gudnicha temple. It needs a lot of cleaning living in this world the way it is nowadays. So let us glorify that boundlessly merciful Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Prince of Raj, to taste the intoxicating sweet waves of nectar of transcendental love. So people should be asking, uh, what is the real path? Well, what the Lord is, isn't the Lord the example? Isn't that what, doesn't the Lord teach by example? So he came here to taste this intoxicating sweet nectar of love, of the holy. Wait, let's see, let me read that verse again. To taste the intoxicating sweet waves of nectar of transcendental love for Krishna. See? He came here to taste that. Okay, you're a guru in the Hare Krishna movement. All right, are you tasting that? Are you actually setting the? Are you representing that Lord now? I mean, we know Prabhupada was tasting that. He may have not have taught it or showed it so vigorously like we do, but he was tasting it, right? Everybody in our real line tastes it. Bhakti Siddhanta, we know, tasted, right? Bhakti Vinod also. So are you sitting on those thrones tasting it? Otherwise, you don't represent the real line. I mean, that's just a fact. Everyone that is an acharya in a real spiritual master in our line is tasting this bhakti. I just pointed it out, right? We don't recognize anybody else. Are you tasting this nectar? See? Well, we're tasting that nectar. We show it too. We show that I'm not, you know, I'm not here to hold it back. We're here to teach this. We're here to teach what Lord Caitanya taught. This is the postgraduate course. You don't like this course? Well, go back and let's go be taught by Balaram. He'll teach you a lot of nice speculations. There are a lot of teachers like that, right? They want to be teachers and they don't teach very well because they speculate. And they don't have this prema because they can't be even Bhagavad Gita 10:10 personified. They don't even understand it. Even after I repeated this verse 500 times, Balaram still doesn't understand the verse. Is proof. Stay in that Vaidhi pile until you develop a desire to attain the real Krishna, which we already have, my friends. We've got the prema here, so therefore we get the real Krishna first. We're the first fruits. And we will hammer these truths until people get it. And, and when it becomes like, duh, yes, look, they have the symptoms of choking up, tears in the eyes, chanting in ecstasy, you know, and they're tasting the nectar. They got transcendental mellows. Oh, and they're the ones who are distributing it to others because nobody, no guru who doesn't taste the nectar that you see we are tasting can distribute it. How badly does anybody listening to this video want the real Krishna? Can we spell it out any clearer than that? I still don't understand. I'm Balaram. You know, I don't understand. Okay, well, give me another. I just love this anyway. I'll come again this afternoon, and then this evening, and then tomorrow, and we'll try again and again till the world gets on the real program of Lord Chaitanya, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to establish the narrative, the one that the transcendental narrative that liberates you very easily. That narrative. And when you believe that narrative because it's very true and has already been preached by the one you're worshiping, the one you've been calling for, you will be an eternally liberated soul even in this life. And you will have the symptoms of that, like many of us do. Is that clear? No, I don't understand anything. Okay, good. Give us more chance. We don't want to just, it's like a little cat, it catches a mouse. It doesn't want to just gobble it up right away. He wants to let it go and let it try to get away a little bit and then pounce on again. We need some practice. So thank you very much for not getting this right away. I got a few more years on this planet. Give me more chance to preach. If it was all done, I would leave. Right? That's what Lord J. When it was done, everybody was in ecstasy, and he gone. I want to stay here a while. This is my vacation time. Who wants to go to the Vaikunta and all these? It's everybody. It's like preaching to the choir here. Here it's more fun, man. You got new people. All these these people in illusion. You got all these religious leaders who, wannabes. Yeah. That's why the Lord comes here. He wants to taste this sweet nectar of this ecstasy and deliver people. Oh, I didn't get to that part of the verse. Oh, let's do that now. To taste the intoxicating sweet waves of the nectar of transcendental love for Krishna. Isn't that it, man? Are you tasting that? Because see, we're here not to teach rules or anybody. If you just follow rules and regulations and varnashram dharma and you just make it your life goal, you could probably be pretty good at it. But that's all you can teach. See? But does anybody out there that's followed that for 40 years and found it's pretty dry yet? Do you want to taste these sweet? I mean, doesn't even the sound of the words sound sweeter than this? Doesn't even the sound better? The sweet, intoxicating waves of the nectar of love of Krishna. Oh, it doesn't even sound. Oh, that's why the Lord has come here. And if I know why he has come here, because I heard it spoken by a living person who knows by personal experience why the Lord has come here, and then I can understand it too. And then I don't have to come back because that's becomes my narrative and my reality. My brain is washed with the truth. Oh, let me also. Oh, when will, oh God, 40 years in Krishna consciousness in ISKCON. And I never thought, when will my hair stand up and when will my eyes fill with tears? And I went to those devotees whose eyes are with tears. And now I understand what Krishna consciousness is all about. But 40 years, these gurus could never tell me because they were never like that. They never had these tears. They never even had the desire. They never were ever thinking, oh, when will my tears, come? When will my voice? They're not even thinking. And they're your gurus? Come on, you got better here. They're not even at that point of thinking, when will my, that means they don't even know the beginning of the mission is when will those tears begin? We know because those tears are pouring at our eyes day after day after day. Our voices are choking up day after day or day. Bhagavad Gita 10:10, those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy like that, they get the right understanding. That's what you should hear. They get real knowledge. That's what you should hear. Right there, read the verse again now and you'll see what I'm saying is very true. But your gurus couldn't communicate that because tears didn't pour out of their eyes. Choking does. You can see them on their thrones. Listen to their classes. Not even one will do it. And when they see somebody starting to figure it out, they lie to you. They go and sit up there and say, oh yeah, we have that, but we don't want to show it. See, when you start to figure out that's who you should be looking for, they say, we're that, we're that, we're that. Yeah, yeah. Well, oh, no, no, no. We don't show. No, that's too confidential. Ooh. See, you still don't get it, do you? But you get it here because we show and we tell the truth about how glorious this is, how glorious it is just to come here and get the mercy of Lord Caitanya. So easy, like Fanny, like Amy. Oh, their names even kind of rhyme. Fanny, Amy, Amy, Fanny, Janaki, Rivery, Tommy. Oh, our names rhyme too. Oh, look at that. Gangagi, Gangaji. It's all rhyming. I guess we're part of the family. Shamagori. See, we're all related. Isn't that interesting? That's another thing about Krishna,
Freddy.
Freddie, Johanny, Davy Dassies.
Frubelli.
Yeah. Yeah, as well as give that nectar to others. See, so if you don't see, you got to do the two parts. First part is you got to taste it. See that? So, like, if you look at Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna, he was born right. Where was he born? In the abode of Vaidhi Bhaktas, you know, and but there was not a real good place to cultivate. There was not a good place to cultivate it, right? Just one second. Yeah, there was not a good place to cultivate. So he goes to Vrindavan with those types of devotees. See, and then they're tasting these relationships and he got very, juiced up, and everybody else too. So what happens? See, then they went back to Mathura. See, and overwhelmed the devotees there. They're on another platform. They were oppressed. See, the Vaidhi level is oppressive too, because the leaders usually, they can't, they just contaminated. They become gurus. Like Kamsa became a king, and he did it by usurping the kingdom. Just like here in religion, they do the same thing. These guys are not really qualified. They're no in between for Jesus, unless you're a real in between for Jesus or Krishna. Are you a Vai medium? That bottom line. See, they weren't like that. They're not like that now. And we're doing that now. We powered up here. You notice we're getting stronger. The Vaidhi Bhaktas come to test us. They didn't knock a river or Lalita Ganga down in their preaching, right? It was a great test. Just testing the waters here, and then you come to the Vaidhi level, and then you give the mercy. You see how whoever received it got the mercy. Yeah. So that's the procedure. But you see, bhakti has to get strong to be able to do that. And that's why the Lord locked the doors in the kirtan for a while. You notice? In the Chaitanya Lila, he locked the doors because he wanted the bhakti to get very strong in their kirtans, very strong. And then they went public. See? And that's how it works. So that they can overcome the Maya. Otherwise, Maya is always attacking bhakti. Always trying. That's what religion does. It attacks this ecstatic bhakti. Wants to control it. uh, so one who is untouched by any piety, who is completely absorbed in irreligion, or who has never received the merciful glance of the devotees, or been to any holy place sanctified them, will still ecstatically dance and loudly sing, and even roll about on the ground when he becomes intoxicated by tasting the nectar of the transcendental mellows of pure love of God given by Lord Caitanya. And that's really the essence. Prabodhana is trying to say how easy it was when the Lord was here. And that mercy is just, why not just, if you get the mercy, it's just faith in ecstatic devotees. The Lord was one of the first ones. And people develop faith in him, faith in his easy distribution of this prema. See, and so now we're reviving that, and you want that kind of path where even though you didn't do what spiritual master did Amy follow, huh? Or many people coming here. What spiritual master? What process did they follow? You don't. It's not dependent on that. It's the mercy of Lord Chaitanya that we are the conduits for it. We are representing that mercy now in 2022. For real people. This is genuine. We're proving it all the time. People just coming here and they're getting this mercy. Kick out all of these bogus doubts because it's a fact. Well, if you actually come here regularly, just your own logic will kick them out. You think, well, no, it's a fact. People just coming here getting the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. What you read in the book from 500 years ago is revived here now again, isn't it? Yeah. This is the preaching people really need. I mean, what is it? Why are you dicking around on all these useless paths? We have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Whether you follow rules or don't follow, like one guy asked a question. It says in the book that you follow the rules. I saw that, the rituals and that. But when you, it's not like you just always just take a verse and that's it. Follow the rituals and Raghunuga. No, it's not like that. You got to look at the whole picture. You got to see, because devotees, not Nityananda didn't follow any rules. What is this thing? Many of his followers didn't follow. They just followed the mercy. They had the mercy. When you got the mercy, man, you open your mouth and you're purified. Millions of sins are purified by one holy name, whole name. The love of God awakens in your heart. And just like Bhagavatam says, millions of sins were destroyed with Nama Bas. And here we're chanting with Prema Bhakti. You don't think millions of sins are burned up in a fire? Come on, even the Bhagavatam says Nama Bas does that, and we got Prema Bhakti here. So don't tell me about rules or you have to follow this or that strictly and everything. I'm here to show you the example of how powerful this love of God is. The Lord hasn't inspired me to be a big stickler for rules. And that's the good news for you guys. That's a low price for this bhakti, right? You could get a sannyasi telling you, well, to you get this bhakti, we're going to have to follow a lot of rules and regulations and all that. And most of them, 99.9%, can't even give you this bhakti. So now this is, to me, is the best place to be. For best place for sannyasis. You can come here and throw your sticks in the Ganga and get this bhakti. Give up that hard, difficult path of trying to purify yourself following the Narayan Raj trip. It's a long trip. He even said it's going to be a long trip, right? I mean, it's what he said is his words. Prema Bhakti, oh, that's so high, and you got to go through all these things. You guys come here. We'll collect your sticks and throw them in the fire. You don't need them anymore. Come, the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is here, right? Right or wrong? Throw your sticks in the fire, man. You don't need it. And we'll include the false ego in that you've collected with those sticks. And then you'll really be light, like a feather. You'll float, truly. Come on, let's have a big bonfire today. All you ISKCON people, all you sannyasis and illustrious sannyasis and gurus, you kangaroos, you jumped up on that throne. Come over here with your big sticks. We'll collect them from all the sanghas. We'll have a big bonfire. We'll throw in the big sticks with whatever's left of the false egos and burn it. Okay? And that'll be our fire sacrifice. Now that's a fire. If you're going to have a fire, let's have a fire sacrifice like that. See? That's Nityananda style. He took that big stick of Lord Chaitanya, 3 pieces right in the Ganga. This time we'll do a bonfire because where the Ganga is too far away. We'll throw it in the fire. Yeah, the kangaroo gurus, they love to jump on the throne, man. They hop right on the seat. It's going to be a huge fire. Yeah, it's going to be huge, man. Yeah. You don't need it now. You don't need anything. You don't need to be anything. Isn't that come on, people. Come on, you followers. Look, you're going to be nothing following these gurus. Here you can be something to the Lord. You know? Otherwise, they're without bhakti, you're nothing to the Lord. Even the scripture says that the Lord ain't attracted to you. You could be a big guru with big titles in this Maya, and she'll put you up on a high seat with a big false ego, and you get all these followers, and you don't go back to the Godhead because they can't take you. Hey, the mercy of Lord Caitanya is here. That'll take you. And you don't have to be anything special. You don't have to be a sannyasi. You don't have to be a follower of these big sannyasi gurus. If they don't have this bhakti, and they really don't, not that I've seen. If they do, have them come over here and prove it. Don't. Why waste your time? All your years? Don't you know your time is precious? God has given you that time to use in the best way you can. And if you claim to really want Krishna, and I'm telling you, they should prove it. Otherwise, get rid of them. Come here, get the mercy of Lord Caitanya. It's in force. Everything I'm reading here in Prabodhananda Saraswati. Let me read the verse again so you get it, man. One who is untouched by any piety, man. Here you're trying to be pious and all that stuff. And the impious people come here and they get the mercy of Lord Caitanya that you can't get because your gurus can't give it. And listen, if anybody can, come here and prove it, please. I don't want. I have more concern for your followers' time and your time also than you have because you don't care. You'll sit there on your thrones and preach your boring Bhagavatam classes till your last breath. And as long as you got followers who give you some money so you can fly around and give your empty, dry classes, you'll do it. So I have more concern for you of wasting your time because that ain't the goal of life. The goal of life is what you see and hear in this Sangha, my friends. It is a fact of life. Is Lord Chaitanya's special mercy. Yeah. Now, I know this sounds like nobody speaks like this. You're right. Nobody can unless they got the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Who else could speak like that unless it's almost like Lord Chaitanya is right here speaking, right? It's got to be like that if the real guru is here. Who could know such things? Well, Prabodhana knows, and anybody else like him can know, but nobody else. None of these gurus seem to know. They can't give this kind of mercy that these devotees are getting. So I can toot Lord Chaitanya's horn all I want, and that's what I'm doing here. You could say, I'm tooting my horn. I'm tooting Lord Chaitanya's horn. I'm tooting his mercy horn. Can you hear it? Can you hear that conch blowing, calling all real devotees or those who want Krishna in this life like that? Without a lot of troubles, you go that way, you're going to get a lot of troubles. I just let you know. You come here, your troubles may arise and they'll go forever. I don't see Lalita's load that she was carrying coming back. I don't see Rivers. Well, she still has a little, but it's going, man. She's more ecstatic, more steady now. Tom, he's more solid now. He's not just merging with every little thing around, every little. I think I'll merge with my family members. I think he doesn't like that anymore. He's like, hey man, forget this merging thing. I'll just merge with the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Now you can merge. If you want to merge with something, merge with that. Yeah. See, or devotees who have been to any holy place sanctified by them. See how many devotees are going every year, all in 20 years, 30 years, going to Vrindavan, 40 years, 50 years. Look, Amy, she didn't go. See, why? Because the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya is here. Tom, I don't think he's been to a holy place in India yet. So many people coming here that may not have been to a holy. You don't need it. You come here, this is where you get the result of going to a million pilgrimages, and they still don't get what you get here. That's how powerful the mercy is here. That's how real it is here. You can come and you can at least see it in others. You listen to this preaching, and your illusions will be wiped out, man. From all that stuff these gurus have been preaching you, you need your mind washed of that, of all those checklists, all these false standards that are not the real standards. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya is the real standard now. And it's always been, it's just been like, when is it going to be preached? Well, that preaching is now. That good news is now and forever. The New World Order, don't think it's going back to normal. It's not going back to normal. Normal bullshit, no more lies, it's normal Maya, normal religion. No, no, no. This is the New World Order, organic, organically under one nation, one world under God, one universe under God, under God's grace. Taking the masks off. Everybody's got a mask on anyway. The Lord's just showing you, see, you all got masks on anyway. Here, we'll take the masks off. And the Lord will express to you, be all sons of God, not daughters, sons. See, son. Son is a son, man. You'll be that light from the spiritual world in the highest level, Vrindavan, shining brightly on this planet, man. Ah, very proud of the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Can you notice? Therefore, let me glorify Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes, let me glorify Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya. What? Lord Chaitanya rules and regulations for you. Lord Chaitanya rules and is that the glorifying Lord Chaitanya? How about, hey, Lord Chaitanya and your mercy of prema bhakti, man, tears in the eyes for everybody. Everybody tears, everybody choking up. If you come and believe this reality, the highest truth preached, is because it's really real. It is truthful. We are manifesting it. So therefore it is a fact. And if you hear, you can become like this. Follow Prahlad's preaching. He said, I listened to my Guru Dev and I became ecstatic devotee like him. You say, and if you listen to my word, he said, you can also become ecstatic like me. Oh, Gohari says the same thing. Why? It's the same line. Same Guru. Guru is one. The ecstatic Guru is one. See, that's why he's in the Bhagavatam. It's a pastime of the Lord. That's why this is a Bhagavatam. This is a Chaitanya pastime of the Lord. That was more hard of a path to follow. Not attainable by faithful performers of pious deeds. See, so come here and you'll give that up. You can follow your pious deeds and your Lord will give you a lesson. We got some goody two shoes here, and you just keep getting thwarted. You get burnt out. You continue to follow that because you're not going to attain what you can attain here doing your can recyclings and all that stuff and your organic eating and eating this and eating that. You'll never attain the mercy of Lord Chaitanya that way. It's not attainable that way. It's attainable simply by associating with the Lord's real devotees. And you'll see that because if you start mixing in your you got to be pious before you can get the mercy of the Lord. Oh, really? Where's the unconditional love in that? It's not that. No, you got to no, no. See, you can't attain this by pious deeds. You attain it by association with devotees who, like Lalita, that chant the holy name in ecstatic love. Or River, or anybody here that's chanting it with the symptoms of ecstasy. They're the best association you get in this world. It's better to have her association or anybody here like that than having 1,000 trumps blowing their big false ego trumpets. 1,000 of these gurus sitting on high thrones that don't have the ecstatic symptoms that a person like Lalita or River have. Better to have, they're better than 1,000 of those gurus with all their pomp and all their praises that they're getting from their neophyte followers. Advanced devotees will know what I'm talking about, but most aren't advanced. Oh, but if you want to be, you come here because the mercy of the Lord here will advance you. You'll understand what you couldn't understand with 40 years listening to any of those gurus. Not even one has shown me that they've learned anything. I've seen these people with Narayana Ras listening to them every day and can't even understand what I'm talking about. What's that saying? They can't even preach like my students preach. Why? Simply because the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is here and wasn't there. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. Otherwise, where's all this ecstatic love of God? It wasn't being distributed, but it's here. Look, these verses are manifest here in person, made flesh, fleshy, soft, attainable. Otherwise, by your big pious deeds, you can't get it. Oh, what else is there not another way you can attain it? It's all in the verse here. Oh, uh, uh, not understood by those engaged in austerity, meditation, and yoga. See, austerities, renunciations, and yoga, the Vaidhi Bhakti, regulative devotional service, even not understood by those persons. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya is not understood. That's why you have to come into this association to understand this. You got to be with experienced devotees, experiencing His mercy of Lord Chaitanya every day. You got to immerse yourself, right? Like River was preaching this morning. Just come every day, hearing, being immersed in this thing. It starts to rub off, man, by association. Associating with these truths, man. Who's speaking these truths? Are these gurus? Is Radhanath speaking this truth? Is he demonstrating this truth? Then what are you doing over there? The mercy is here because we're speaking these truths. Not only speaking it, but demonstrating it. The Lord is demonstrating that He's working here. Well, you don't believe my words? How about the Lord's works? Manifesting this ecstasy in us. We can't do it on our own, right? You think you can? I can't drum this up unless the mercy is here. I can't even speak like this unless the mercy is here. I cannot even see the truth of these verses if the mercy's not here. See? That's why if you come here, you'll get that very easily on a platinum platter, golden platter, just given to you that you couldn't attain any other way. An unknown. Oh, detachment. See, detachment, absorbed in detachment, renunciation, and prayers. And that's what they're teaching detachment. Oh, detach from the world, detach from the world, right? You renounce your dogs, renounce your cats, renounce your wives, renounce your husband, down, detach, detach. You get so detached, right? It wants you artificially. See? But they can't give you the attachment. Here, you come here, you get the attachment to the Lord, and you just naturally detach. Like Bhagavad Gita says, ceasing such engagement by a higher taste. See, you get the attachment to the Lord. That's why He came here. That's why we're distributing the mercy here. Getting you attached to the Lord first. We marry you to the Lord first. And then all the other stuff just starts dropping in due course. When you had your fill, Lord says, okay, well, just have your fill so we can get on with the real business of delivering souls and just, absorb day and night and stuff like that. But the Lord ain't waiting for you to be perfect. He's giving perfection already. He's given the safe position, like Majjamadikari, which is love, genuine, loving, ecstatic worship of Krishna. Do you want to say something, Lalita?
How can we ever become perfect? How can we ever make ourselves perfect? He does it much better than we can. So we need this mercy, and we just need this mercy.
That's what it's all about, man. We're just conduits for His mercy and His mission on the order of the parampara. You know? This is the narrative that needs to be for the ISKCON, for Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Samiti. If you take this narrative, which is not speculation, man, it's just right there out of the book, then this reality will be yours. The mercy of the Lord will be yours. But you're preaching against the mercy. You're preaching it's by austerity. Narayan Maharaj preached by austerity, by renunciations, by all these detachments, you're going to attain Krishna. No, it's by the mercy of Lord Caitanya you're going to attain Krishna. That mercy is here, it's manifest, and it's being distributed. So you may say he may have had it, he had it, he had it. Okay, fine, but he didn't distribute it. He distributed rules, regulations, and detachments and all that, which is not the way to attain it. This is the way. You got to follow the way, the way, the way. Conclusive understanding of the mercy and how to get it. When this becomes, you take this into your heart, then you'll get the mercy. Otherwise, you get the reality of who is preaching to you. And that's why you see they're preaching detachment, renunciation. Oh, it's all about that because that's the reality you've been preached to. That's the word you heard. But that's not what Lord Chaitanya came to preach. That's not what Prabodhana's preaching, is he? Well, that's so high, I'm not ready. Well, that's too bad for you. I don't consider am I worthy or not. I'm just going for the mercy, man. Why not? It's here. I'm lapping it up like a lapdog. Uh, should I plunder Krishna's glories or should I not? No, I'm just going to plunder them. I ain't going to question it. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya is here. I'm here to share it with people. Yeah, plunder that mercy. Help others plunder it so they can be happy. Otherwise, they'll never be. Well, you see any happy people really, doing austerities and renunciation? They usually have a big, long face. Yeah, it's because hard work. I mean, if you want to do your austerity, come here and get the mercy and then do your austerities if you want. Whatever you want to do it or don't do it, but you got the mercy of the Lord. That's the main thing. People say, well, you don't follow Ikasi. Why should I? Well, you come here, you follow or not follow. I don't care. Whatever you get. The mercy is different than following this or following that. We just follow the mercy, really. I mean, just the mercy is here. We follow the verses, glorify the mercy of the Lord. Why? Because we got it. What are we going to do? We got the mercy. What are we going to do with it? Distribute it. It increases more for us. Give and it shall be given unto you, right? Jesus taught that. See, and unknown to those full of love for Govinda, the secret of pure devotional service has been revealed by the holy name and the advent of Lord Caitanya. You could see people full of love for Govinda, but they're not ecstatic like this. I was in Vrindavan. You probably met some people there. You could see these people, they love Krishna. But see, pure devotional service, that's this ecstatic worship. That is rare. This is unknown to them. I seen it with my own eyes. I even told Rangalekis, I'm going to go to these great devotees' houses. I said, yeah, they have probably love for Govinda, their residents and all that, but look and see if they got tears and ecstatic pouring out of their eyes. And he said, no, they don't. Yeah, because see, this mercy that you're getting, that I'm getting, that others are getting, is deeper, more ecstatic, more intimate. That's its style. See, where do you hear preaching that is so like the verses and make them, they shine, man. They illuminate. Can Radhanath illuminate these verses? You should have just asked, who can illuminate these verses better than this? If you can do equal or better, then that's where we'll go. I'll go there. How about that as a test? Who can illuminate Prabodhananda the Saraswati's poetry? Equal or better than this? If they can't, this must be the place to come, right? His logic. Why would you go where it's darker than a place like this? See, to me, darkness is not understanding these verses, not understanding the essence of the Bhagavatam. There's darkness there. Why would you be in darkness when you can be in a lighter place? A more illuminated place is where the verses of the Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Lita are illuminated. Right? Just logic, right? Isn't that the light is conclusive truth? Isn't that brighter than the brightest sun? That brightest sun doesn't take away the darkness in your heart, but these words sure do. The illumination on these verses sure do. Andromeda, welcome. You're late. Where have you been?
Darkness means less happiness. It's
Less
simple.
happiness. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, Lalita, why don't you read the next verse? You
Yeah, I would
continue.
like to, but I don't know which one you are reading. Is it
Okay.
Chaitanya Chandramrita?
Yes.
And which chapter?
First chapter
Okay.
and the invocation.
Well, I read it yesterday, I think.
And number 4.
Okay. Whether sin touched that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Oh, glory to you. Oh, glory to Prabhu, Ananda
Uh,
Saraswati.
Just a second. That's not Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's Chaitanya Chandramrita. Nectar Muna Lord Chaitanya. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead there.
yeah. Oh, glories to Prabodhananda Saraswati, real, real, dear most devotee of Lord Chaitanya. Oh, glories to Sri Chaitanya. Whether seen, touched, glorified, remembered, bowed down to from afar, or worshipped, Sri Chaitanya. He gives the nectar of pure love of Krishna to his devotees.
So that's it. That is the essence. If you are a real devotee, and if you're bowing down to the Lord from afar, remembered from afar, how about 550 years ago from then? That's pretty far, huh? If you're a real devotee, if you're remembering the Lord like that or chanting his name, bowing down to him from afar, 550 years, yeah. And then you got this love of Krishna, which is devotion and the tears and all of that stuff. See all of those things. See, then you're the real devotee. Otherwise, you're not a real devotee yet. You're not real. You're just putting on a show. You put your dhoti on and you put your high stick up there. You got your followers and all that, but you're not a real devotee because you don't. When you remember Lord Chaitanya, tears aren't pouring out of your eyes. You're not flooded with the love of Radha and Krishna. You're not a real representative yet. See? Well, see, and if you do, that you found a real associate of the Lord, and that's the name of the game, man, of deliverance, is to find such devotees that represent that verse. Isn't that amazing? This unlocks the secret of Krishna's hiding place. See, where deliverance hiding place is. You need to find those devotees. When they remember Lord Chaitanya, chant his name, bow down to the Lord, they're flooded with the love of Radha and Krishna, and you can see it. Ah, you found Krishna's hiding place. I just exposed it. The verse just exposed it. I'm just putting a voice to that verse. Otherwise, you see but don't see, right? People they think they hear with their own mind when they read it or chant it, but they don't hear it. You come here, you have a chance to really hear it because you see somebody like that verse. When they remember, you can see with your own eye. Yeah, I come and see, I did the 30-day challenge. I come and I see Gaurari. Yeah, he's remembering Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, and ecstasy is overcome, flood with the love of Radha and Krishna. I see it with my own eyes. I see it. I see it. Even if you're the biggest doubter, you stick with it. Eventually, your doubts will be overcome because the truth is more powerful than anything. Or you at least find out you're an atheist. Maybe you're just a hardcore atheist. I just don't, no matter what, I won't ever believe. Well, okay, at least you know that. Just be an atheist then. Be against God for eternity if you want. It's up to you. All the Lord can do is empower these devotees to write these beautiful verses and empower devotees to preach them and deliver you if you just have the smarts to be delivered. Well, you don't want this reality. See, you want Biden's reality. He's speaking for you. Do you want the George Soros reality or the Carl Schwab reality? Oh, you'll own nothing and be happy, and we'll own everything and be happy because you're going to be miserable in your little thing. You want our narrative, our lies, because it's so dystopian. You would never agreed to this, so we have to lie to you and trick you and all that. That's what Maya does. You have faith in Maya? You want to go that route still? You don't believe she's jerking you around? Oh boy, she even illusion people are starting to see the Lord's trying to make it really plain as day. You're being screwed in all ways. You're being screwed in religion, being screwed by the Pope. You have faith in the wrong people. Why not have faith in these verses? Am I not explaining them as they are? Why not have faith in this preaching? Was just illuminating the verses so you can illuminate the mercy of Lord Caitanya. You can grab it and be delivered and liberated from the Lord's Maya forever. What's wrong with that? What, you don't want to be free? You don't want to be truly happy forever? You don't want to be an ecstatic devotee doing pure devotional service? What are you wrong? Something wrong with you? Are you touched or something? Have you been listening to these friggin' gurus too long or something? What are they to compare to this mercy? You guys are nothing. It's time that you're insignificant. Without devotion, you're nothing to the Lord. It's time you know that. You want to be something? Well, you better come where the devotees have real devotion and prove it. Prove they know these verses. Yeah, otherwise, what? Are you going to die? Well, I died a big guru with so many followers. I'm definitely going to the kingdom. And you're going to find out. You might as well find out now. You ain't going, man. You ain't going. Your disciples aren't. They're blind people. I'll just reiterate what Jesus says. They're the blind leaders and blind followers, and they both fall into the darkness. You're still dark, man. This preaching is light. This preaching is an opportunity, is a chance. But you guys are like tin cans, and we need a can opener to practically break it open. Otherwise, you're going in darkness. You're dark. Unless you can relish these verses, unless tears are pouring for your eyes, you ain't made it out of the darkness. You're still in the darkness of this universe. Blinded by good and bad deeds. Blinded by good karma and bad karma. Blinded by astrologies and tarots. Blinded by pious deeds. Blinded by austerities. You see, in the verses say it's all blindness, right? We're blind with the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and love it, man. It's blinded us. Where love is blind, man. See, that's the Lord's mercy. It's blind love. He's not looking. Are you qualified? He's not looking at you. Are you following this and doing this? He's just blindly giving you this love, man. What, you don't want that? Blind love? I'll take the blind love. He's not looking at my faults, and I got so many, man. He's saying, no, I don't care. You just want the mercy. I'm here to give it. Oh yeah, here you go, Gohar. You're a fool number one. You're dumb, and I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to think about all your faults and everything. Just take the love. I was in the mood, come here, it's here, just take it, and then you distribute it to others. Because I am unmanifest now, and nobody understands me. They're all just putting on a big show of devotional service. I need some living warriors out there like Lalita Ganga and River to go out there and distribute this mercy. Convince them. Teach them the truth. Set them free. I believe in you, the incredible power of this preaching. Everyone wants to go back someday. Yeah. So yeah, it's a great. I mean, this is a great time to preach, man. I got so many. It's so great because even things that I say about the world, people pretty much it's just like, yeah, you're right, man. These guys are lying to us. It's coming to light. Like lying. God, they're lying with straight faces. They've been doing this from the beginning. The Lord. The Maya has been a liar from the beginning, like Jesus, a liar and a murderer. She murders everybody. And now they're literally, Right in front, legal murder, no problem, man. Yeah, the government, the government is ordering body parts. I mean, it's all there. It's all true. It's all mainstream now. Yeah, finding out the government's ordering body parts of the aborted children. They don't want it frozen, even. They want it fresh. Government. See, it's called tribulation, man. This was predicted. Everything's coming to light, and especially this. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya is coming to light, isn't it? This is the real important thing. I'm just using this. I have nothing against that. Hey, man, can bring it to light. Man, it's good for our preaching. That's all. I don't hate that. Matter of fact, I find it favorable. Yeah, bring out the truth that the Maya's been murdering you. She's a liar, a deceptive and liar and a bitch, man. You don't want to serve her anymore. Come and serve the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Why not? Right? See, highest truth is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. It's time for the birds and the bees. Highest truth. You can't get any higher than the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And that's here, man. See, that's the highest truth is come here, get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. I can't preach any higher truth than that. No one can. Distinguish from illusion. Everything else that's other than the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. All these varnashram gurus, all these things, useless paths now. Useless. Well, you can spend all your precious time when you can use your precious time. Come here and in like so without troubles and all that stuff. They're heaping on you and all that. You can get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, and you'll be the verse. You'll be that verse. You'll be the representative verse. The tears will be coming out of your eyes. You'll be choking up when you chant the holy name. You'll be the verse, man, not just hankering for it. You just go boom, boom. You go from hankering, oh, wow, look at they're doing, boom, to doing it. Many people, not everybody, they got a little stuff, but a lot of people, they see, oh, Lalita Ganga, I would like to chant like that. Boom, they start chanting like that, like River does, right? She says, oh, I remember just a little end. Oh, I want to, she's chanting, boom, she's chanting like that. Tears are coming, laughing. How fast do you want? How fast can it get? You show me a faster place and we'll all go, but no way. Some cans are from hard steel. Yeah, yeah, that's true. We need a big can opener. Okay, go ahead. Read on there.
Yeah. Um, Let me glorify that Lord Gora. With no, I read that. Let me glorify Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the merciful, supreme personality of Godhead. For those who have attained the merciful sight and glance of Lord Gora, impersonal liberation becomes as palatable as going to hell. The heavenly cities of the demigods become as real as flowers imagined to float in the sky. The poisonous fangs of the untamable black snakes of the senses become broken. The whole world, the whole world becomes full of joy. And Brahma, Indra, and all the great demigods, they become like tiny insects. Let us glorify that Lord Gora
Yeah. Like tiny insects, everything becomes like a tiny insect. You see, people like demigods, people, oh, respecting, oh, worshiping demigods, or even these. To me, why worship? See, when you get the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya, you feel this life. Reality is devotion, love of Krishna, right? That's the real reality. That's real, and everybody else is making the unreal real. So it's like, what is this? Demigods, their speculations and their karma, into karma, good deeds and bad deeds, and good karma, bad karmas. And then you got even these religious leaders sitting on thrones, and they don't have this mercy of Lord Chaitanya, although they claim to represent it, and they really don't. That's insignificant to me, or any real devotee that has the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. It's so deep. And that's why we make our comments. Lord Chaitanya was like that. He considered people straw that didn't have the mercy of love of Krishna. Sometimes he would, and sometimes he wouldn't. Just depended on his fancy. And everybody's promoting that which is unreal. The only real reality now that's practical, that everybody in the whole world should be looking after, is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and those who distribute it. See, because then you'll be these verses. The Lord will take over. He'll give you that intimacy which every soul is born for, really, whether they know it or not. That we're not complete without God. A relationship with God, feeling God, being with you. We're not complete. Not complete at even whatever world we're in. We're not complete unless we are engaged in this loving devotional service. We're not complete, no matter whether you're in this world or another world. It's always the same thing: engaging in loving service to the Lord, communing with the God, in the love of God, the loving God, and that's how you do it. So here we're in this world chanting the holy name, speaking about the Lord, teaching about his mercy, the importance of his mercy, the value of real bhakti, how it's so available now, so easy to get. But of course, you got to develop faith in this preaching. That's why I said you're not going to waste your time coming here for 30 days to see if that mercy is here. I don't, by the way, I don't want any blind believers. I want you to be convinced from all angles of vision that this is the real thing. You know. So, but the Lord will give you that intelligence. He'll give you his intelligence. Isn't that what we got? We got his intelligence. We got his ecstasy. We got his realizations. And I'm good with that, man. He's got the best of everything. So why? That's, to me, his intelligence is to take what his intelligence. See, people say, I don't know who I am. Oh, well, I know who I am. I'm a servant of that intelligence of the Lord. I'm a servant of his ecstasy. I love it, man. I'm a slave of that, man. A willing slave. Better than being Biden's slave. He's a slave of his own misconceptions and everybody else in the Maya. They're doing all these dastardly things that they're karmically bound to do, and what do you call the results of that? They got to experience the results of karmic stuff. See, I'd rather be bound to the mercy of the Lord and express in pure devotional service in this world. Teach that, taste that, relish that. And then if I have some human things, indiscrepancies, that some desires and everything, at least that'll all work out. That'll burn up pretty quick. Okay? But the mercy of the Lord, of Lord Chaitanya, ain't waiting for you to be perfect. It's blind. It's blind love. It's blind to your faults or virtues in the world. Oh, I don't care, faults or virtues. Oh, you're a big guru or big saint in this world, oh, well, I'm blind to that. I won't, hold it against you because, usually you got to be more than that to get my mercy. I'll just give it to you, even though you're an illustrious sannyasi or Brahmin and all that. Oh, you're just a food service worker and nothing, a beggar in this world. I'm blind to that. You're not qualified, but I'll give it to you in a mode of ignorance. That's okay. I'll give it to you also. Simply because of association, simply because you're associating with my real distributors here of that mercy in this world. Simply because of that, I'm going to give it to you. Go ahead there, Lalita. River, why don't you read a little bit? Thank you there, Lalita. You tell her where it is.
Yeah. Just
I don't have that book. I
Oh,
don't
you
have the
don't?
Chaitanya Chandra. No.
Yeah, you have it. You read from it before, Yamuna.
I read the
It's
next
it's
book.
called Nectar Moon of Lord Caitanya. Forget Chaitanya Chand.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So you find it, but you read there, Lalita, until she gets it.
Okay. When Lord Gaurachandra's
I have it
devotee
here. I have it here.
Okay, go for it.
Which chapter would you like me to read?
first,
Just yeah.
first verse 6, first chapter, verse 6.
First chapter, verse.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Lalita. Okay. Thank you, Maharaj. When Lord Chaitanya, Lord Gaurachandra devotees were worshipped even by the demigods, drank the wonderfully sweet nectar of the bliss of pure love. Pure love of God that flows from the lotus flower of Lord Gaurachandra's feet. They became completely intoxicated in that condition.
See, this is it. You see what she's doing there? She's drinking the nectar of Lord Chaitanya's feet by glorifying. See, she's given that mercy to do that. And that is it, man. That is the purpose of life universally for everybody is to taste this nectar. It is so great, it is so liberating. It frees you from all illusion. See? So that's the association everybody needs. Being guru or not guru, in ISKCON or any group, everybody should just be finding that mercy of those who can taste the sweet, intoxicating nectar of Lord Chaitanya's feet, which are the glorification of the Lord, like this, from his real devotees. You should be like a laser on that. Give up everything. Give up. If a guru is against that, or your mother or father, give that up for this, or cheat them. Don't tell them and come here and get this. However you can get this mercy, that's the mood to get it. Don't let, if you're a little weak or something, don't tell your gurus. Don't tell your mother. Don't tell your father. It's okay. It's okay because this is so great. Don't let anything get in the way of getting a taste of this nectar, which you can only do through the devotees that in this sangha, because they're the only ones I've seen that can taste this nectar. They're all claiming they got it and blah, 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 blah. Maya is a blah, blah. She lies and she speculates, and they convince people. Oh yeah, like a lot of people be convinced by Balaram's preaching. Oh, you see, Prabhupada said that. Oh, yeah, and nobody gets anything substantial. That's why they're all rules very varnished. They'll sing that tune until they believe in the devotees of the Lord. Okay? This is the essence here. When the devotees taste that sweet, intoxicating nectar of Lord Chaitanya's feet, Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, Lord Chaitanya's name is sweet, intoxicating, man. It gets ya stoned big time. And we're looking for that. See? Poof is in pudding. There you go. Go ahead, River. I know I'm a madman. I'm mad after this.
The lady said, she said yesterday, she said, "You're crazy, you are." She watched my class. I haven't seen her before. I said, "Absolutely."
That's
We're
right,
so
man.
dead.
Not
Okay.
caring for outsiders, you know. And hey, you could become an insider. Or you can be a heckler. We can use some of those too. It's like, yeah, Balaram, that's all right. You can come. You're an outsider, but that's all right. You can come. We'll use you for our preaching. We'll sharpen our swords and our tools. We have, Krishna is very thrifty. The devotees become thrifty. We can use everything. Eh? Vaidhi Bhakti gurus, they're teaching. Oh, they're sticks. Use a stick, break a few, throw them in the fire.
Yeah, people like him a lot because he corresponds on the idea we have from a devotee. The idea everybody has from a decent devotee is Balarama. That's, you know what I mean?
I
No,
do know.
Also,
no.
I know
also
what you mean.
here in our sangha, people liked his videos a lot. They preferred even above so many others because he corresponds on the old-fashioned idea of a devotee. You know what I mean?
I know what
Uh,
you mean. I know what you mean because when Balaram, when he speaks to you, he's really polite. Well, he was. He's really polite, and when he does class, he's there, really just in a place, really quiet, really, really listening, really quiet, really, really listening, like he was yesterday, and he's been doing that, and that kind of way he really listens, and that kind of persona, it's kind of really attractive. Just on the outside, it's really, really attractive. But then when he's talking, especially when he's in Alita's classes and he's really speaking, he's really like that. You can feel his energy, And then when we speak to him, he just laughs at us. He just laughs at everything we say. He doesn't actually have that respect. He acts like physically, he has that kind of etiquette, that kind of really attractive
Yeah,
etiquette,
that's
which is,
etiquette.
yeah, he has that, and it's kind of attractive and it draws you in, and he can get devotees like that, but he can't go any further. The way he was, even Shamagori, she doesn't really know him in any way. She could feel how he was being towards Lolita in her class. He was just, wow, wow, wow. But in the class with you yesterday, he was quiet. He didn't say a word. He didn't say a word at all. Anyway, let's carry
yeah,
on.
yeah.
In that
Go ahead.
condition, in that condition, they laughed at Lord Brahma and the other demigods, condemned the impersonalist yogis, and do not consider the great devotees of Lord Vishnu who do worship who do worship.
It's the Lord laughing at all this stuff. He's laughing at all these useless paths. He does it through the devotee. And say, yeah, it's true. What is this? Don't consider people that have love for Lord Vishnu, which basically love for the rules and regulations and Vaidhi Bhakti. Don't consider them very important. See, if you worship Lord Vishnu, you could say, "Oh Krishna, I love you," and then but your deeds are all Vaidhi. Regulative devotional service. You have big faith in regulative, big faith that that's going to deliver you, and you love the rituals, and you love the externals. You love the flowers, and the Radha looks so beautiful today. You love the flower, and if it's not a big beautiful ceremony, you're not into it. Um, the big deities and big temples, you got to go, that kind of stuff. See, followers of Lord Vishnu, you're worshiping God on that level. And what does that verse say about that?
It says, Lord Vishnu, do not worship Lord Gaurachandra to be very important.
Yeah, you see, they don't worship Lord Gorchan. And a lot of people, see, now it gets a little tricky. They say, well, we are worshiping Lord Gaurachandra. See, but they're not really worshiping Krishna in the mood of Vrindavan. And therefore, they're not worshiping Lord Gaurachandra because they don't like our preaching. They don't like this ecstatic worship. They don't like me poo pooing everything like the verse does. Doesn't it? Poo poo everything? Say, that's all like insignificant. Yeah. What's really important is Lord Chaitanya's mercy. That mercy is here. That's what's really important. Otherwise, people are doing things of less importance, less intelligence. Higher intelligence is to come and get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. You could be a retard, but if you come here and somehow the Lord gives you just the intelligence to come here to get this mercy because you have faith in the word here, the preaching here, then you get the mercy. And these big so-called intelligent scholars that follow other paths, renunciations and rules and regulation, regulative devotional service, they don't get it. But a retard who comes here can get it. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya is not restricted to you being a saint or a sinner. People, it's time for them to know that. It's not restricted, the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, that you followed a course in Vaidhi Bhakti for 50 years. The mercy is just dependent on you being in the right place at the right time and developing faith in his devotees, distributors of this mercy. That's it. Yeah, go ahead there, Reverend.
Okay, 1 minute. It's just gone off.
Actually, you know what? I think I want to move around a little bit. Let's end the class here now. Yeah, that's good. Good enough for a while. Thank you for coming, everybody.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah,
Thank you, Maharaj.
yeah. If you want any more, go live.